Oh, it's daytime, everyone's going to be... It's daytime, not the best weather. Attempt number 2. We're in daylight now though. Amazing, a few people's tire temperatures creep up a bit there. We are back on the way. A few guys have left because they won't be able to finish. In time they have places to go to. But we are back on the way here. Just doing the formation lap now. We're going to have a re-stupid line-up here. So Mike's still on pole, Jonathan's second, Jess is in third, yeah, fourth, Jordan's in fifth, Jack Hardy sixth, Link seventh, Wicked Red 8th, Cave Meister 9th, Link 10th, Canormora in 11th, Cavern 12th, Calvert 13th, and Faulkner in P14. So we've lost 4 drivers in. Let's hope the lobbies are a bit better this time around. Everyone lining up then back on the grid. Let's see if we can have a better start this time around then. Attempt number 2. Once again we'll ride on board with Mike, looking backwards. For me he's Alpha Tauri. Gap to interval, temperature R, flat data R. Position change, here we go. I'm pretty sure everyone's gone for the same tyres they had before. Oh, everyone's on medium. Makes it easier strategy wise. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And away we go. And Mike again gets a fantastic start off the line. Ooh, finally got a bit of a hit then I think. We're coming down now into turn 1. I don't know why the camera goes to that really far away angle there. We come round turn 1 and 2. Jonathan and Jez are going racing. People racing all down the field there through the first 2 turns. We come up now to turn 3. Mike in the lead. Jonathan's having to think about defending there from the Williams and Haas behind. We're looking like we've got a cleaner getaway here. We've got Red Bull and an Aston Martin going racing round the top S's. Can they keep it clean on track? Ooh, one of them's gone off. I think it's the Red Bull. It is the Red Bull Cave Monster. He's had to get it back on the track there without hitting anyone. He's dropped a few positions there, got forced out wide by the looks of it. A bit of contact sent him out wide. We are on that on. Mike leads. Jonathan Cox trying to chase him down. Jordan's not had the opening lap he would have wanted here. Let's see if we can get at that Mercedes ahead of him. So Mike leads, got the gap up to Jonathan up to about 7/10 of a second here. Jess's down in third. The top 4 have remained in the positions where they've started. Links, Wicked Red and Kenamore have made up some positions. Kenamore has made up 4 positions on that opening lap. He's now got Jordan right on his tail. Jordan then coming down to turn 1. Ferrari's wiggling around the back of that Mercedes to see what he can do. Tries to get around him there, he can't. Oh, they're getting very racy, these 2. They are pushing on hard. He's come up to now to the next corner. I think he's going to have to wait. Yeah, he has. Jordan backs out of that one then for the time being. Back up front there, Mike is keeping that gap to about 7/10 of a second here. Jonathan does not want to get him out of that DRS. He needs to stay in that DRS if he can. The DRS will be enabled the next lap. He needs to stay in that second for the rest of this lap. Jez has just nestled in behind Jonathan Cox for the time being. Lynx is currently in P5, P6 is Wicked Red. Kinamura like that, it's the closest battle on the track here, is Kinamura and that Ferrari with Jordan. They are going racing here. Jordan looking all over the back of that Mercedes. He really wants to try and find a way through here if he can. Oh, as I switch to it, we have a Red Bull van. It's Cave Meister. He has spun. And I think he tried to DNF himself there. He's only managed to knock off his front wing. That can be the fail of the day. The Red Bull then, race not gone how he wanted it. He will now have to pit. He may be tiring the pit. There you go, Mike's first lap instantly beaten by Jonathan Cox. He's now going to get the DRS as we are now on lap 3. I think it's a bit far back there to think about trying for a move on Mike. Here we go though. Does Jonathan have DRS? Not going to be open. There we go, the DRS is open. He's way too far back though. Mike then quite happily keep that position. I'm just looking a bit further back because the Ferrari is going for that Mercedes again more, and he cannot find a way past the Mercedes driver right now. Look at that John right all over the back, thinking about a lunge, doesn't know, he thinks better of it. Cannot get past him then for the time being. He's going to think he's going to have the DRS now. He's doing 2 taps. Kinamura is not going to get the DRS from the car in front. So will Jordan be able to get the move done here? He's going to have the DRS. It's not for a DRS zone. He's still not have. Or he's going to try down the inside. He's gone for the shorter route around that corner. Can he hang it on the outside of the Mercedes? That Mercedes making that car as wide as possible, and again the Ferrari just not finding a way through, but he goes for it again, and this is a great battle, and Jordan gets past the Mercedes. Here we go then to the final corner. The Mercedes is going to have the DRS now. The Mercedes dives down the inside. This is the right battle he's to have it. Now Jordan's not going to have the DRS. It's going to be the Mercedes, and Mercedes then takes back that position. And as we head down to turn 1, Jordan's now going to tuck in just behind him. He will have the DRS running up to turn 3. We'll follow the closest battles on the track, and this is the closest battle right now. Mike and Jonathan keeping that gap to about 7/10. Jez that is actually gaining in on the back of Jonathan right now. As the Ferrari again having to go around the outside of that Mercedes. Oh, the Mercedes has spun. There's a bit of contact there. Round goes the Mercedes, and Joe Lancer is through. There was a tiny bit of contact, but we're back on the way here. DRL, oh, everyone is technically inside a AlphaTauri sandwich right now as Mike leads, and Falkner is currently down in P13. Mike's doing a good job here, just managing that gap at the moment. He's not being able to get Jonathan out of that DRS, but Jonathan's not seemingly closing in on him at the moment. But Jonathan's going to be looking in his rear view mirror, because that guy in the Williams Jez that is right on his rear wing and pushing on to Jonathan now. Jonathan will have the ERS, it will kind of nullify Jez's DRS here. It's going to be an ERS battle, and who can get the better drive out the final corner. See the gaps, Jonathan was 8/10 back out the final corner, and that, as you can see, that he's only managed to knock 2/10 off in that straight line. Just right on the back of Jonathan Cox here then, as they all go pushing on. Now let's see what Jezza can try and get Jonathan Cox here at the back straight. Gap's coming down, but it's just not going to be quick enough for him. Good battles going on amongst the field. Calvert has just slid down to 10th. He's picked up a time penalty as well. So DRL might lead Jonathan second, Jez the third. Rianks just hanging on to this battle for the lead at the moment. He's in the second of the car ahead. Just being the silent assassin here is Riank in that Haas. Link is currently in 5th. He's dropped off this chasing group. Then he's 2 seconds back. We've got a yellow flag and it's Killamore out. The Mercedes guy has spun round again. He's got it back on the way, but that's dropped him down to P13 then. Wicked red. No. It's dropping out here. See, Joe Lancer is actually starting to clap bang back in on these guys ahead of him. Link's down in 8th. Oh, Jonathan Cox and Jez are going racing into turn 1. Jez has got past Jonathan Cox down the inside. Jonathan then right on his rear wing. He's going to have to try and get that position back on the run up the hill. They've both gained in over Mike as well. Mike's now only 3 tenths up in the lead right now. You have a tower driver coming under a bit of pressure then from these two. Jonathan, I don't think, had that straight line pace to go after Mike. And he's now lost that position to Jezza. He's now got to refocus himself as Jonathan try and keep back into this battle. He's dropped back a little bit. He's going to try and keep it in it. Yeah, he's dropped out the second as well. He needs to get himself back in that DRS just so he can cling on to these front runners. Calm down the home straight there. Jezza gets DRS on Mike. Mike is managing his DRS perfectly here. Not having to use it right now. But Mike is back up leader right now. Keeping it off Terry, leading check. Jordan is also Jordan is also closing on Wicked Red behind, but Wicked Red is also gaining on Link's piece at the moment. Battle for P5 looking like it's about to get tasty. Jezza sets the fastest lap then. Jezza then is going for the overtake on Mike. Mike's showing in the outside of turn 1 here, but Jezza's going to get the run through turn 2. There's a tiny bit of contact there, inches away from each other there, but Jezza takes the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix after 7 laps. As he throws it into the next corner. Mike then has led the first quarter of this race and he's now down to P2. Jonathan's just seemingly losing his pace and the tyres going off for him. He's just dropping back from these guys just about within the DRS. Now he's actually falling backwards into the clutches of the Haas behind. Link's piece though is dropped 4 or 5 seconds behind this battle. Wicked Red's in 6. They've now got Joe Lancer for company. He's right on their tail as well. Got another yellow flag and it's the Mercedes again. Mercedes struggling here by the looks of it. Does not being able to get his pace down there he would want. Back out front though, Jezza leads. Mike's staying within that 1 second at the moment. Maybe he's just got to get himself back together. Coming to the final corner, he's going to be 6 tenths back at the top 4, just about clinging on to each other's DRS right now. There goes his rear wing. See, straight line speed. He's not going to gain on him. Jesse's sitting fastest laps right now. Looks like he saved his tyres at the start of the race and he's now starting to stretch his legs a little bit with them. Remember, it's going to be a 1-stop race unless we get a safety car. So now we're getting into lap 8. Normal pit stop time range would be probably lap 13, I'd say. Maybe people are now going to start thinking about tactics, undercuts and stuff like that. Jezza leads though. Mike is actually close right back in on him here. Mike is now only 4.5 tenths back from Jezza right now. Jonathan Cox is in P3 still. He's actually starting to close back in on these front guys as well. Ooh, Mike's ran a bit wide there. Has that left the door open for Jonathan? It has indeed. And the Alfa Romeo driver drives into P2. Mike made a mistake coming down to downhill off camber braking there. It looked like he maybe caught the curb and ran wide. Left Jonathan Cox the door, and you're going to have to do that twice for Jonathan. He will go up them gaps any day of the week. The thing is, this has dropped them both out of the RS range of Jezza. Yeah, Jezza is now over a second ahead. I'm gonna have a bit of freedom here. Jonathan that will not have DRS. That's what he would have wanted to break that DRS. And now Jonathan's gonna come under pressure from Mike behind him. And here goes Mike. Watch now as Mike drives past Jonathan down to turn 1 at DRS. Extremely powerful when you're within that sort of gap of the car ahead of you, and now they've got to try and fight their way back into the DRS of Jesler here. Oh, Mike's getting twitchy there as his tyres starting to wear or something. Very twitchy there for Mike. Battle for the lead then. It's between the top 4. Jesler, Mike, Jonathan Cox all seeing a bit of action this race, but the Haas driver here is just literally just staying there in P4. He looks quite confident in P4. He's probably just waiting for these guys to make a mistake. He's not seen the bit of any of this battle at the moment, but he is there ready to pounce. We have a Ferrari off the track, and that is Jordan. He's now lost a few places. He's down now to P9. Not the race he would have been wanting to have here. Gavin's in P10. I'm just looking now where everyone else is. We go down the field. It's got a few gaps opening up now amongst the field. Kinamura is literally 49 seconds back from P12. Faulkner, I think, is having a bit of a lonely race though, down in P12 at the moment, 4 seconds behind the guys ahead of him. Calvert's trying to cling on to Kavlin right now. That's a battle for P10. Jordan's now going to have to go back into recovery mode and try and recover himself from P9 here. He may be one of the drivers hoping for a safety car at some point. I think it's in P8, keeping the pressure on Jack Hardy at the moment, who's currently P7. Wicked Red though has caught up to Jordan has pitted. He's got a 5-second pit lane speeding violation there. I'm just watching this battle here, and that's for P5 as Wicked Red's now all over the back of the Mercedes of Lynx Peace, and Lynx Peace looks keeping that car planted ahead. And Jesler then leading. Mike's 5/10 behind, so Jesler I think was showing some great pace here, but he hadn't been able to gap these guys as of yet. We are now starting to get into the pit stage for these medium tyres, and roughly around now up to about that 15. Depends how long you want to run the hard tyres for. I reckon the game will tell you to pit on lap 13. So will any of these guys consider an undercut, and if so, when they gonna do it, and if will they do it? I think the overcut is actually stronger here. If you can save a bit of ERS and win the car ahead of your pits, if you can absolutely plant it, you should get out ahead of them in the pit. But that first lap or two, once you're out the pit, you may struggle to get your power down as your tyres will be caught, and theirs will be heating up. That's when you come on to pressure the back. You've got a yellow flag in sector 2, and that is Faulkner. He's currently doing donuts there in turn 11. I think the tyres are starting to overheat here. People may have set their tyres to night temperatures, and it's currently daytime. So position changes, tyres. So Jonathan's gone to the hards. Got a few penalties coming up. Oh, a few there, look, as you can see, the Williams together just leading these two guys ahead of him. Mike and Jonathan staying in this battle though. Just not an inch to have that breathing space. A mistake here or there can cost you dearly. As we saw Mike, and he ran wide out that corner, he's just gone through there, and Jonathan pounced. But they're kind of all stuck in a DRS train now. They're not close enough to get a move on Jez right now. But because of the DRS train effect, Jonathan's not able to get Mike, and has not been able to catch anyone else. Jack Hardy has left the session. He has been kicked. Currently down in P9, but he's going to drop a few positions now though. A bit further back, Zink I think has just pitted. Me just quickly check that. He has indeed, and Jordan got out ahead of him there. Jordan's only recovery driver in that Ferrari right now. for the earlier pit stop, and the Haas guy Rian is the first to pull the trigger. Then out of the front runners into the pit he comes to change the medium tyres on the end of lap 11. It's going to be a nice quick pit stop from the Haas team. It is indeed. Now he's going to have to absolutely fly for the next lap here. He's going to hope he can get out of Jack Ardy, so he's not going to be held up. Comes, he is going to go. Now he's got to get them tyres warmed up as quickly as possible and absolutely nail it. Now that gives the front three a bit of a problem with watching Ricky Red and Link Space here side by side, just like it was last week. Mercedes versus Aston Martin, but this time the Aston Martin is losing out. Ricky Red and Link Space battling away with each other. Can Link Space get out? Wicked is right on his tail. We've got yellow flag in sector 2, and it is a Haas, and it is Cal. It's not Rian right now. He's pushing on. Will the front three pit here? The Haas drivers pulled the trigger on lap 11. When are these front three going to pit? Are they going to go long, go for the overcut? Or are they now going to come into the pit and defend the undercut from the Haas driver? I'm just going to keep an eye on the gap of the Haas driver actually. Currently 26 seconds, and none of these guys pit. Jonathan does though. Jonathan into the pit then, so we'll ride on board with Jonathan, see if that undercut from Rian has benefited him here. Oh, as Mike's taking the lead, Mike's got ahead of Jesla into turn 1. Now these two are battling, and they're going to be costing each other time by battling away here. Where is Jonathan? He's coming out of the pit. I'm trying to keep an eye on the battle for the lead. Mike's just about got him covered. There's Jonathan. Where's Rian? It hasn't worked. The overcut has worked spectacularly there. Wow, wow, wow. It's worked very well actually. Indeed, Jonathan's come out 2.2 seconds ahead of Rian. Then when Rian pitted, it was 3/10 down. He's on Jonathan. He's now dropped way back out of that field. Now though, can Jonathan push on? He's 23.6, just watching that gap to the leaders now. Let's see if that 23.6 comes down or goes up here, and it is currently going up. Gone up to 24 seconds here, so the overcut here is paying off for these drivers. Jonathan may be a bit concerned that he pulled the trigger a bit early. We've got a yellow flag and we have a safety car. So Mike and Jezza are going to get the free pit here. Jonathan and Rian are going to miss out. Safety car is out. Where's the car? There's Kimamura, and the Haas is there on the side of the road of Calvert. He's out. So halfway into this race, and we now have a safety car, and there's going to be a few drivers are going to be happy about that. It's going to bring them back into this race. It's Jesla and Mike pit. Who's going to get out the pit first? It's going to be Mike. I think he's pitted. Watching where these guys in Cavlin's in the pit. Jonathan is going to go past. He's going to have lost a huge chance at getting these guys ahead, but a few of the guys who have already pitted here, who are not really in the running at the moment, could pit and go for another set of mediums and try and stretch them. I think that is what Jordan is thinking. Into the pit comes Jordan. He's going to go for the mediums. I think the flower driver may just ride on board of him as he comes in. He does indeed. Onto the mediums goes Jordan. Then so basically had a reset here halfway through the race. Everyone in the pit. Faulkner, Jordan and Jack also pitted. I wonder if Jack's actually back in the session. He's riding book. He is indeed. He's not a ghost anymore. Speaking like a Charles at ERS, it's going to be basically 25% race to the end now on the hearts. Most of these guys. Only Kavlan and Jordan then on the mediums. And they're going to try and stretch these bad boys to the end, but with the safety car, it's probably going to be out for another lap at least after this. They should make it to the end on that tyre. Penalties wise, Lynx has got 3, Cavan's got 5. I'm guessing for speeding in the pit lane. In terms of position change, Mike's back where he started. Jonathan and Chester switch around, and Rian is there as well. So I'm pretty sure Jonathan and Mia going to be quite happy actually that safety car come out. The undercut was not working for either of them. It basically got them back up to these leaders here who would have come out of the pit at least a couple of seconds up the road from them. Just looking through the field there, and so Link's P. So there's been some good battles actually for the first part of this race, especially the top four, Mike, Jesler, Jonathan and Rian, all battling away for the top positions. Lynx and Wicked Red have also been having a dogfight. I think they're having a grudge match between the Mercedes and Aston Martin, with Lynx defending the Mercedes from last week and then Alonso battered the Mercedes. Wicked Red's trying to bring that Aston Martin form and go against Mercedes again. McLaren though in 7th and 10th. Jack Hardy did get kicked from the session. He has returned to the session now. I think he did 8th, Falkland 9th. Cameron was having a good battle as well. Falkland in 9th, ahead of Jordan. Jack Hardy is pitted again. He's gone for the mediums then. He's got nothing to lose. He was towards the back there. He's gambled and gone for the medium tyres to the end then, knowing that everyone ahead of him is pretty much on the hard tyres except for Kavlan and Jordan. So everyone there's going to get ready to go racing. This should be the last lap of the safety car, unless the game's going to make its way for the second Mercedes, Kenamura, to catch up to the rest of the field. So the safety car is coming in there. Mike will lead us a race. So here we go there. Mike to the line, he's gone. Everyone weaving about, trying to keep in the toe of the guys ahead of him. And come into the toe of Mike there in the lead here. Got a nice restart there from Mike actually. Oh, what's happened? Jonathan has gone. I don't know if Jonathan's had a spin or something. Jonathan has gone from P3 down to P11 to P12. Jonathan, then something's happened with him. He's dropped right down the field. Didn't catch. I think he may have had a spin there in turn 1 or 2, and he's dropped him to the back of the field. Absolutely gutted for Jonathan right now. Mike's leading though. Got the gap over Jezza up over that second here. Fantastic restart here from Mike. He's absolutely flying here on the restart. Oh, Jonathan spun again at the back. It's not going well for him. We've got to get that to the gap interval. So Mike's leading 1.3 seconds up the road from Jezza. I would manage the ERS because Jezza will be coming back strong, I reckon, to come into the final corner. Oh, Jack Hardy's sending a move on Zing. Oh, on Wicked Red. Wicked Red's been pushed out wide there by Jack Hardy. Jack Hardy up to P7, so Wicked Red, who's battling away for P5, now dropped down to P9. Him and Jonathan not having the best of restarts that they would have wanted. Jordan down the inside of Jack Hardy, has contact there And now the Aston's gone round Jack Hardy and took his position back from Ricky Red. Battles up and down the field right now. Jack Hardy though, he's got looking very racy on this restart. He got 2 positions, he's lost them 2 positions straight away though. Yeah, Mike though, he's actually pulling away from Jed's right front here. And Jez has not been able to match Mike's hard tyre initial pace yet. And keep an eye on that gap. Jan is again staying with this front group. Linked piece, he's currently in P4. He's probably now a bit happier now that Ricky Red has slipped down the order a bit. He had been battling him for the first 14 laps of this race. Kaplan's up to P5 in the McLaren. He's now going to have Jordan, who's just gone round the outside of the Alpine Zing. Jordan's now, he had to restart himself after having a spin out earlier on in the race, dropped him right down the field. He was actually P10 on that restart. He's already up to P6 since the restart. Remember, he's on them medium tyres. Everyone else, pretty much except for Kavlan, is on the hard tyre, so he will have that initial pace advantage coming towards the end. That pace may slip away from him. Behind us, Jack Hardy looking very racy on this restart. Thought about sending a move there on Wicked Red, and they had to back out of it. Jezzo is now actually starting to gain slowly back in on Mike. He's trying to reel him back in. Mike then got to keep that gap up if he can. Jezza's now seems to be now finding that bit of pace on the hards. His tyres may have now warmed up. He's starting to gain on Mike and pull away from Rian. Links again, does not have the pace of these front runners, and already he's dropping back again. He's been consistent this race, and that's how he's got himself so far up the order right now. He was P5. Jonathan had a spin, made him to P4. Kavlan and Jordan are looking very racy on the medium tyres as well. They've got to use their medium tyres whilst they can though, whilst it has that pace advantage. We'll just follow this battle here. Let's see if Kavlan can get that DRS advantage down to turn 1 on Link's piece. You look behind that McLaren, he is gaining, but I just don't think he is going to be close enough. If I was Kavlan, I'd think about just opening the switch back on him there, get ready for the next one, and here we go. This is going to be the battle then up to turn 4. Kavlan's going to have the DRS, he's a bit too far back. He isn't. Kavlan's going for the move. He's going around the outside, but the Mercedes defends it nicely and kind of defends the cutback as well. But McLaren is coming back again. Kavlan and Jordan. Kavlan's going to be under pressure from Jordan behind. He's having a proper race here. Oh, Kavlan's run a bit deep there, and Jordan's going to go around the outside. He's going to try and do the Fernando move, and he does get past Kavlan, and kind of Kavlan there loses a bit of time there, so he had to take a very narrow angle into that corner. Can he find a way back against Jordan now though? Jordan, I think, is going to go absolutely gung-ho for the guys ahead of him. Up front though, Jezza is slowly winning Mike back in again. We saw this in the first stint. These two battled all the way until that safety car, and it looks like that battle is probably going to go to the end of the Grand Prix. We're going to have 10 more laps of racing here in D1 in Darkside Racing. And Mike's just keeping him out that DRS range at the moment. He's going to keep him out of it again for this second DRS zone. And again, it's not having the pace of the front runners, but he's having better pace than the guys behind. Oh, what's happened? Kavlan's in the pit. Kavlan is in the pit. He's asked his front wing. McLaren is in the pit. Now when did he lose that front wing? It might have been with Jordan. I can't. That's an unconfirmed source. I didn't see it myself. Up just behind Lynx, he's now going to have to deal with Jordan, because Jordan's on a push out for these last few laps. He's on the medium tyres compared to the hards of the rest of the field. Right on the back of that Mercedes. Right on board of that Mercedes with Lynx. He's now going to have to use his DRS to keep him behind. Stay behind here. We've got the yellow flag in second. Oh, it's Jesler. Jesler has spun. Oh no, he's battling away with Mike for the lead, and now he's spun. He's down to P6. He's going to have cars behind him catching the. He's going to have a bit of overheated tyres. He's going to have to be very tiptoey for these next few corners. And that may have just opened the door for Mike to just sail away with it. Mike can now just really manage the gap to P2 now. He doesn't really have to push. He can save his tyres and his ERS just in case he needs them towards the end. But Bian, who was currently P4 before the safety car, has pretty much minded his own business the whole race. Literally just stayed in the touching distance of these guys. Has now gone up to P2 because Jonathan and Jesler have had spins, and Lynx and Jordan going battling up to turn 4. Jordan's gonna go for the switchback, not working there. The Mercedes had him covered off. Oh god, some of the battles that we've got going on here are just insane. There's drama, there's a bit of everything. That is the closest battle, so we'll follow it. We'll keep on board with this battle for the final podium position. Lynx has a time penalty. Oh, Lynx has run off the track. Did he gain an advantage there? I think he might have done, you know. I think he gained a definite advantage there, taking the Lance Stroll approach to that corner. Not only for the stewards to decide if it gets reported, but if I know that if that was the real F1, you have Horner on the radio to the FIA complaining about that Mercedes running off the track and gaining pace. What Jordan's got to do though is just keep it right on his tail. He should get the DRS now to attack him down his home straight. Let's see, right on board and Mercedes looking backwards. Jordan's coming. That Mercedes was not relinquishing the inside line to that Ferrari under any cost there. Jesler's got past Jack Uddy there, and Kennan Moore was actually having a nice fight back as well. He was pretty much 50 seconds down and out of this race. He's now managed to get back into it, and once again the Mercedes is keeping that Ferrari at bay here. That Ferrari cannot get past that Mercedes, and it's probably costing Jordan a chance of attacking the leaders here. Worst thing is, Jesler is gaining on these guys, and now the Ferrari gets past the Mercedes there. A fantastic cut back there from Jordan, but the Mercedes throws it down the inside, and he does have contact with the Ferrari and pushes him off the track there. There you go. Now Jesler's turned up to the party as well. This is the right battle for P3. And Mercedes again throws it down the inside. There is contact. There's bits of everything going on here between these three. What a battle here. It's getting a bit nasty, if I'm honest. Getting a bit touchy. Oh, the Mercedes run deep and off the track there. And that leaves Jesler the door open. Jesler then goes, thank you very much. I'll take that P4. I'm on a recovery drive right now. Joe would have wanted to get past Lynx probably a bit earlier here, just so Jez wasn't so close to him. And Mercedes now on the back of that Williams, and he's going to go into turn 1 side by side. Late on the brakes into turn 1. Jesler got that traction down out the exit, and he's on the push again. Here we go, Lynx and Jesler battling, and Jesler stays ahead again. The Mercedes, normal trick, is getting down the inside of that guy ahead of him. Did not pay off then. Meanwhile, Mike is currently 5.5 seconds out in the lead. He was having pretty much a battle with Jonathan for the pretty much 19 laps of this race, but he's managed now just to have a little bit of a chill off here. He should have the race wrapped up here, I would think, unless something major happens to him. Rian though think he's now thinking, I've got Jordan and Jezza behind me. I've got to I've built up a 4 or 5 second gap over them. I've got to hopefully keep that up. He's got to not let him catch him by 7.5 tenths a lap at this point. And he's probably going to be hoping that these guys continue battling, because it's costing them a lot of time out on the track. You've got Mason again. This is the closest battle on the track at the moment. We've got Kinamura defending from Zinc and Wicked Red for currently P7. I think everyone's used all their ERS up in that flurry of laps that we've just had as well. Just a thought back going from a move there, back to right, and a bit there at the last stage. If I was a few of these guys, I'd be saving my ERS here, especially if I was Rian. Because they are gaining on him. If I was him, I'd be saving my ERS here just in case I need it towards the end. These guys, they're all burning their ERS to the full. Oh, Kinamura had a massive snap there. He's managed to save it. Currently holding on to P7 ahead of that Alpine behind. Oh, Wicked Red picks up a 3-second penalty. Jonathan Cox is going to join that party as well. See if he can recover a few positions here as we go into the latter stages of this race. There's 6 laps to go, 5.5 laps as it stands. Mike is pulling away again. 6 seconds now is the gap. Jordan and Jezza and Links, now they've stopped battling for a little bit. They've actually taken a second out of Rian in second here. That ass driver now is probably sweating in his pants. He's going to have another 5 laps of them catching him, and if they catch him at this rate, they will be with him with 3 laps to go. If they continue the assault they're doing on the gap, within 3 laps they will be back on it. He's probably hoping that Jezza and Jordan start having a major battle here. Just cost himself some more time. I think that Mercedes, after battling for about 4 or 5 laps, Jordan has given up. His tyres have given up. He doesn't have that pace to go with these guys any longer. Now watching the battle for P3. There's Jordan versus Jezza now then. And Jordan then just keeping a nice tight line. Oh, we've got a crash. There is a crash, and it is Wicked Red and Jonathan Cox both off the track. They've got themselves going again as Wicked Red got damaged. It's not sticking to the course. Oh, Wicked Red's lost his complete front wing here. That could be his race absolutely done and dusted now then. Yeah, I think that's his race done. Yeah, no front wing. He should carry on and finish. Get points for every position this season. Trying to find if Jonathan's picked up any damage. Once they're coming together between the two of them, I don't think Jonathan has damage. That probably puts the nail in Jonathan's race as well. As Jezza and Jordan going back again. They've took 8 tenths out of Rian, 3.5 seconds ahead now. These guys with 4 laps to go need to carry on at this rate. 7.5 tenths a lap they need to be taken out of P2 if they want to catch him and maybe get a chance to overtake him towards the end. Wicked Red retires in the pit then. Mike 7 seconds out in the lead now, so I think Rian is now going to be thinking, I've got to just now try and just maintain that gap to the guys behind, just try and stick it out. You can see a few guys actually saving a bit of their ERS here towards the end. I'm not going to mention who. There is a few guys saving a bit of ERS and maybe just for that last lap battles that I reckon we're going to get. The field's pretty much spread out. The closest battle is the battle for P2. Rihanna's currently in it, but he's getting pulled in at rapid rates, and that's from Jordan and Jezza now. So Jezza's on the back of Jordan. He's got the DRS. Is he going to go for a move on him here? We come down to turn 1. Jezza does indeed go for a move on the Ferrari down the inside. Thank you very much for Jordan's going to have the DRS then up to turn 4. And really, they don't really want to be battling if they want to catch second place, but I think that's probably sat there like, just battle away, guys. Cost each other time. It don't bother me. Got 3 laps to go. Can they catch second place? I think they might do. Let's have a quick look at where the penalties situation. We've got 3 for links, 3 for the 2. Well, both Mercedes got 3 second penalties. I think it's got 3 as well. I'm just looking at who that's going to affect. That will drop Mercedes 2 positions. Jack Hardy will benefit there from that. Out of everyone, it would gain 2 positions as it stands. Might though. I think he's just enjoying himself now at the front. He's probably sweating for the first 19. That's what, since Jezza and Jonathan spun out, he's probably just chilling out in that AlphaTauri now. Just bring it home. We're gonna have 2 laps to go, and the gap to P2 is 2 seconds. So they're gonna have to take a second lap out of him and get an overtake done if they can on him. Jezza then now gotta make sure that Jordan can't come back at him for that final podium position. He set the fastest lap of the race, does Jezza. Just having that little bit of fresh air has helped him there. He's in full charge mode. The Duracell powered Williams is on the charge here. Ferrari chasing him down though. Feel about a move there, backs out of it. This is going to come down to the wire for P3 and maybe even P2 because they are gaining on that Haas in front of them. Pretty much everywhere else, Link's pieces in a world of his own in 5th. Kanamura is currently getting chased down by Zink and Jack Hardy, but he has got 3 seconds worth of penalties, so that's going to drop him down a position, and same for Zink. It's going to promote Jack Hardy up to P6 if you stick with them. And I think Jonathan here is also maybe planning a last lap dash after Faulkner and trying to steal that an extra point or 2 from the AlphaTauri guy. Well, as it stands, it's going to be an AlphaTauri great day for AlphaTauri. They're going to be the highest scoring team today. Once again, they will have both drivers finishing. As Mike then starts the final lap of this race, pretty much inch perfect from Mike from start to finish, and I feel like Rian might have just done enough now to keep that P2. He's 1.4 seconds ahead of P3, and I don't see any way they can get that 1.4 seconds in on him here unless he makes a mistake. There's not going to be many overtaking opportunities, and as they go through more and more corners, them opportunities are going to decrease. And Jezza, I think, has also got his eye in his rear view mirror on Jordan, making sure he cannot get a move on him here. Look at Kinamura now, he's having to hold back Zink. Jonathan Cox also slipped back again. He's not like them hard tyres as Jonathan today. Oh, what's happened? The Haas has gone wide. So it's gone majorly wrong for the Haas. He's gone wide. He's dropped down to P3. He looked like he had P2 wrapped up in the bag. He's lost the position to Jezza. Did the pressure get to him? I saw him running wide down on the downhill. He went off the track. He's come back. He's in P3, but he's going to have Jordan literally all over his rear wing line to the finish line. He's going to have to fight to hold on to that final podium position. Jordan's thought about going for a move. He's going to have to try and get a really good tidy exit here. But I think the Haas, he might have lost P2, but he's going to stick it in there and just about hang on for P3. Congratulations to Mike winning the race. Jezza P2. Rian P3. Jordan comes home P4 after having not the best first half of the race. Then we get a McLaren, Mercedes of Lynx, then McLaren of Jack Hardy. Kinan Morar comes 7th, Zink 8th, Folcat comes home in 9th, Jonathan in 10th. Might have a bit of a wait, but Kavlin will come home in 11th place in the other McLaren. It'd be a good day for McLaren, to be fair. Double points from that, probably the race that Kavlin would have wanted. Who got the fastest lap? The fastest lap is Jesler's 1:31.2, but I've got a strange feeling Kavlin may be pushing to get that fastest lap time here. Let's see if he can get it as he comes to the line. He does indeed, gets the fastest lap then. Kavlin not all lost. It's that extra point taken away. And he gets that fastest lap. Well, that's it for me, guys. And I'll see you all next week. If I'm back in Tier 1, or I might be back in Tier 2. Either way, I'll be back next Sunday at 8 PM. Hopefully we have less drama.